Hi, my lovely spectators. Dee here. Welcome to my studio. So, today's mask make is something quirky. I just want to have some fun. And I want to make something that I can use in journals, of course. But I'm going to kind of combo a few things together in this little project. So we're going to talk about what it is. And it's basically, as the title says, an XL kind of tab. So, we all love ourselves a good whale tail, but we don't always have it. I have finally caved because I don't have access to my silhouette, but I had created a silhouette file to cut them out for me. So once I'm in my true studio, then I can just send it to my silhouette whenever I want some more. And I have created a bunch of variety. So that's in my coffee shop. It's there. I've used it. It's nice, but in a pinch, you want to have a tab, you need a punch. So I caved, I got the punch. But now I want to play and I want to have XL tabs and I want them to be whale tail-ish. So what I did is I'm going to use file folders because they are thin enough to punch. They're easy enough to distress. And in the dollar store, they're kind of on the thinner side. Maybe 65 count. They're not very thick. What I decided to try to do is to use my punches to create some tabs. So I have this Hunking Recollections 3.5 inch bad boy, which I want to use. And I have its counterpart, which is the 1.5 inch, which I think worked out well. Now, I'm not gonna freehand every single one in the way that we think. Okay, so this is what I made. Okay, she is ginormous, I know. Let's see, do I have the edge of something? Let me just grab a piece of paper as our fake journal page, and we can open her up and we can glue her in like this. So she takes quite a bit of real estate here. She looks normalish on this side, a little bit big. What I want to do is I want to make these, and then I have them in my stash to be able to decorate a nice chunky tab. And also I want to add a hole for a dangle. So like, this is a special tab. This is a tab that's going to definitely have a dangle. It's going to stick out so that way that dangle is accessible. Sorry for the shift. I had to pause because the hacking and the sneezing. So I'm going to try to see if I can catch them and not expose you guys to all of that craziness. So yeah, I don't know. You may think that I'm being kooky. I want to have some kooky things. So we're going to make these and I'm going to show you what I did to make them. I mean, it's relatively simple because you're just using 2 punches. The only thing you'll have to do is kind of like measure out, not measure. I mean, I'm going to say that. Once we have one, it's going to be good. So I will tell you one measurement per se of it. But you got to kind of punch these so that you feel that they are to your liking, this little here, right? So all I'm doing is I'm going in, this is a 3.5, I'm going in 3 1/4. So I'm not going quite to the half, all the way. So I am gonna mark, so it's not really a measuring. I'm gonna mark on here. So I'm gonna use the edge over here as a guide to mark over here the 3. So it's 3 1/4. Well, it's actually, I'm going in about 3-ish, right? So I'm gonna mark it 3 1/4 over here with actually no, let me start. I'm gonna mark right at where that is. So let me grab, where's my pencils? Oh, crappity crap, it's on the other side. Oh well, I guess we're gonna use, well no, my pen's on the other side. Oh no. Okay, here we go. We gotta spin my carousel of wonder over here. It's got a bunch of things. So I'm just lining this up to the top of where I want the hole to be, and I'm just gonna do a quick little mark, right? And the other one underneath, I can do the marks as well, and we can kind of go from there. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stagger. I'm going to keep the edges because I don't want to have to measure again. Keep the edges more or less straight. Okay, I'm always looking for a good cheat. I'm gonna do 4 folders. So we're gonna see how many we can get out of 4 folders. Okay, okay. So yes, I'm being a little bit on the lazy side, and I just want to transfer the height over here. So first we're gonna do that, right? So I would punch one however deep you want to punch it, and then I would transfer that line straight across to the top, so I know where to stop when I enter the punch into my thing. I'm hoping I can get 3 out of that. I haven't tried it, so that may be something to consider as well, because yes, guys, on the fly, right? So here's our first step, is to just mark out where it is that I want to punch up to. Okay. All right. Okay. And one more page. So maybe we'll get 12. Not sure. Okay, so all right, let's see what we get. So I'm going to take my punch, I'm going to go up to the line, I'm going to go as close to the corner. All right, I'm going to try to get right off of that and right up to the line, and once I feel like I got it, I'm going to hold, double check, now punch. Okay, oh perfect. So we will definitely get 3. So with this one I'll just look at the top because I know I'm going to clear it. Okay, so we're going to get 3 there. Okay, so let's do the same thing for the other folders. I'm going to go up to the line, and to the side. I'm going to go over here. Trying to go as close. I know it's going to fit in the middle, but I'm still kind of being cautious. And then in the middle, we should have no problem just going up to the line. And so this is more for consistency of the shape, excuse me, than anything else. You want them all to be the same. I mean, I think that this might be like one of those items that you kind of put in the journal, maybe one in a signature, or even just one like in the journal itself. And again, that's up to you, where you decide, if you decide to try this kookiness that I'm doing here today. Right? So okay, and we're gonna do one more folder. Now, can we do more? Yes, because you know what, this half over here we can just fold it down the center, right? Because I believe it's more. Yeah, it should be more. Maybe the short one not so much, but this long one, and we'll be able to do the same thing again. We're just gonna fold it over, and we can get a whole bunch of these. So let me put you on hold. So we did get 12 of these, right? From the 4 folders, we got from 3 from each. So if we're able to, we can probably get another 6 from each. So I'm just lining them up. See, everything lines up pretty much the same. Is there slight irregularity? Yeah, because you know what, we drew a line. We're eyeballing. So I'm gonna put you on hold. I'm gonna punch the rest of these guys, and we're gonna see how many we can actually get out of 4 file folders. Be right back. Okay, so I've been folding. I've done 3 of them, so this is the 4th one. So let me just show you what I did to get more, because look at how many circles or tabs in the making we can get. So what I did was I took this side with my tab. I have a tab on this side, right? So I'm using this edge and this edge to line up to where that hole is punched, right? And of course I'm watching this, and I'm just doing that, okay? So that I can get 3 more from this side. So now I know that that's the highest that I can go. I can go to the edge, keep track of that, okay? And then I'm having what is that, performance anxiety, and you get a punch right there. Then over here on this side, I'm gonna do this side over here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna punch that out, and then on this side, okay. I'm going to turn it over quick because I don't want to go too far because it is limited by the back, but it's still a full, almost a full, well, it's a full-size tab, okay? So that's the one side. So if you have a side that's a little longer than the other, then that's, you know, has a tab that's longer. Line up the edge of the shorter to, you know, your circles that are already there. Now this one, same kind of situation, right? I have this side over here. Let me move this because I'm over here fighting with the paper and I could just move the camera. So I have this side that has this dip, right? So these are the taller ones. So I'm going to line up these taller parts to the, come on. Okay, I'm going to line up these taller parts, okay, to the edge of that. And of course on the side as well. And then we'll be able to just go like this, okay? So we're going to now punch again, right? Is it going to be exactly the same? No, but it is going to be pretty close to it. And so we'll see the variations in a minute. Do the same thing over here towards the edge up to the top. Now, if I do this one the way that it is, I'm going to definitely have a much different type of tab, right? So what I did was, because this doesn't bother me, is I readjusted, I brought this up to that line, giving myself a little bit, like, it's minimal, but you know what, something, something. And so if that does bother you, then don't do this one, or make it a shallower tab. That's up to you guys, okay? I'm gonna punch that out. So now, okay, we're gonna do some fast math now. So this is the Swiss cheese that we're kind of left with. Let me just put this over to the side. And so I just want to show you something because if you know me from having visited, I like to like waste not, want not. It is part of the collecting. We need to make a word that means that we're collecting but we're hoarding. So let's try to come up with a word like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm gonna pin that word. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 4. So we need 36 of these little pieces ready to go to the next phase. Okay. Obviously, you're not gonna, you know, you make as many as you want. But I think that this falls into mass make because they're very simple steps in this particular case to set up these bases, right? And now I also want to show you something else. All these voids that we have here, this void, that, this is where my collector hoarding tendencies is to take a 1/2 inch, a 1.5 inch, and an inch punch and punch as many circles as I want. I like to have circles thrown in the little, you know, stash over there. And so for the most part, this is what I got out of one. I'm not going to do it now. This will be another thing because it's not necessary. But I got all of this. You know, maybe it's not, this one I missed a little bit. So, you know what, we may just adjust because, anyway, that doesn't matter. I tuck it under something, right? I could do a stamp on it, whatever. If it has a fold, doesn't bother me. So you get a little stash of circular bits out of the Swiss cheese and make it even more Swiss cheese. But we're just going to take these bad boys and throw them into my stash of bits and bits and bits and bits. Because as much as I say I don't have scraps, I have stash because they're shapes that I want to use. All right, so we're going to go back to these and I want to just show you. So I'm just going to line them up as fast as I can. I'm going to stack them, not into each other, but next to each other. So we can see how the variation is not that dramatic, right? So nothing is inside of anything else. Nope. Okay. And 36 of these. So you make these little tabs in the ready to be made, right? And honestly, you can do anything with this. You could just leave them like this and make them a corner tugger, a corner hugger, right? A page hugger. But if you want a tab shape, we're going to do that next. And I'll show you my process. It's not rocket science, but it's, you know, just what I did to kind of get that shape so that I know that it's going to stick out from the page. If you know you're not going to stick it out from the page, then by all means, you still have this little round circular page hugger situation. They're trying to hide under my laptop. Okay, hold on a second. So this is what 36 of them look like. Okay, so you can hold them all in one hand. Okay, now what you'll notice is when I go like this, there will be a few. Actually, there'll be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy seems a little short, and I don't know why. But there'll be 4 that are on the shorter side. But for the most part, right, you'll have, that's shorter. It's still not tremendously shorter. I just want to show you guys. So there's variation, right? You're gonna see that there are some shorter that I look like I'm about to eat some either Pringles or like a whole bunch of tacos. Obviously, you can tell I'm hungry. It's the morning and I haven't had breakfast yet. So these are the ones that were folded in order to get them. So they're a little bit shorter, but again, not really worried about that. Okay. So now how do I make the tab? Because that'll be, you know, the next part of this mass make situation is to, once you find one that you care for, that you like. So I'm going to put this down here on the mat. So remember, this was a 3.5-inch punch. We're getting it to be 3 just under, so we took off about a 1/2 inch where the fold is. Right now I want this to be on top, lining this up, and I'm kind of trying to see where I'm supposed to be punching. In other words, how's this going to make sense for you guys, right? So the punch should be from here to here. Okay, and so I use a 1.5-inch punch to do that. So I'm looking from there to there. Once I get my first punch, there, guess what? I'm gonna be able to take this now, right, like we do with our tags. If we wanted to, we can put it on here. Oh my god, you gotta fold, maybe not, no, and there we go. you gotta fold it the other way, and then you can put this here. So I would just do a little light little mark there, right, and then I would be able to kind of match that mark. Okay, and there we go. And now what do we do with these? Because they look like little wings, guess where they're going? That's right. They're going to be saved. So here's our tab, right? So what I would do is I would just line these bad boys up, right, onto this, and kind of bring the punch up there, and not, you know, like how we use other things to help us. So we're just going to do that. Okay, I'm going to use one as a template. This is a shorter one. Let me knock out the shorter ones first. So all I did is I'm lining this up to, so it's a little off because of that, but I'm going to use the same per corner, the 1.5. So if you wanted to make one set or one in a different color so that this is easier visually, or better yet, hold up 1 second. Let's just do this bad boy. Here we go. I don't know, guys. I got you covered. I got you covered, right? So now I can see what I'm doing. So we punched that one, or we punched that one already. This lined up, right? And we're just gonna punch here. So now we're just gonna do a bunch of punching. Once I see the pink, I'm gonna back up. It's aged mahogany. Throw that one. I'm gonna grab the next one. Line her up. Okay. Look for the pink-ish, or look for the inking. And again, these are just because we know, okay, the wings, I'm calling them wings, are going to the floor, and some of them. So yeah, so I'll be picking up wings later. And we're just doing that. We're just going to do that. So let's just get these guys snapped. Now, one envelope gave us 9. I'm not going to sit here and have you guys watch me do. I'm just doing a few. Okay. And then I'll put you on hold. So look, I did 4. I used my little template one, so maybe for when I run out of the stash, you know, because God knows we're going to use 38 of them, 36 of them right over. We're going to say this is our 3.5-inch punch. Okay, from here to here is 3 inches. Okay, and then this curve, we don't need to really write anything other than use the 1.5 inch punch. Okay, and so we punch these out, and now we have a template that we can just know where to punch, so we can get, once we've got the shape that we love. So I'm gonna put you on pause. I'm gonna punch the rest of them because I'm here punching, and then we will look at the next piece that I wanted to do to this item. But again, that's all of these things are up to you. These are my prerogatives. So I'm done right now with this 3.5 inch. So I get to put him back in his home. I did a little reorganizing of my punching chart, my punching thing. This and this one was the ones I used for the extra little bits. So I'm gonna leave that out for later because, like, oh, you know what? It's right here. And then all my little wings are going to be collected. Don't need my ruler anymore. And yeah, so, you know, in your mass make or in your journals that you have like ideas, maybe you have a couple of pages where you have your templates as well in there. Make a pocket, put the template. Hey, I don't know, but anyway, I'll be back. All right, so I've done all 35 other ones because this was the 36th one. Was it? Yes. So everything has been punched using our template. Okay. A little bit of the red is gone because, one, rubbing off, but also when you're punching these other holes, if you start to chunk away at that, you're going to drastically change the shape. Just a little thing to, you know, keep in mind. So we have our nice little stash. We're going to see what we can do with a few of them, right? So again, if you've seen my other mask make videos, I wonder, like, you know, what is people's preferences, right? So I'm showing you something that you can easily mask make, and do I need to take it to the decoration phase? I don't know, but let's decorate a couple, you know, but we have 30 something other ones to do. Also, this over here are all the little wings, right? And the other circles that I punched out. This is making me think, oh, it looks like leaves as well. So, interesting. But this is making me think, this is like a real waiting to happen. Like, you know, putting them into a box with some ink and some sprays and all of that good stuff. So right now, I think I'm just gonna put them in here. Because they won't fit in the side. Well, they'll fit, but then they're just going to be potential for them to, you know, fall out. So I just happen to have a little baggy, poppy bag on the side here. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so one of the things that I said that I wanted with this was that I was going to be putting let's do 3. I was gonna be putting a dangle on each on mine. That was my intention. So I'm going to do that. The other thing that I think I might take care of as well is to just kind of maybe glue down this so that I know that it's staying straight. But again, that's your prerogative, right? You could decorate both the front and the back at the same time. Just remember that one is going to be the front, one's going to be the back. But again, your prerogative. So, oh, I dropped something. Okay. So I want to put a little dangle. I could do a small one. Let's do a small hole. Okay, that would be more for like a bulb clip, right? And so let's do 2 little small ones here. And again, if you wanted to make this into like a template as to where they go, that's up to you. And then let's also put one here for a bigger. Now this, ow, I hit myself another time. This would be more for like what is the word? Like a yarn or a bigger kind of thing. So let's, where are the rest? Are they here? No, I don't know where my little bitsies are. Okay, I'm not gonna stress it. I'm only gonna be able to put grommets in one thing. So let's just grab a generic color, nothing special. I'm gonna do the one. with the yarn. So let's just grab that guy. The little ones, I don't know where they are. I thought they were in there. Anywho, so I'm checking that my setting is correct, right? A little hack that I did was I have this tiny labeler, and so the directions on what needs to be where are here. Not that I can see the sides of these as well, but I forced myself to see it. So I'm going to be doing this eyelet here. So it's telling me I need to have okay, this is a washer, including, so then this one is, yes, 3/8, 1/8. This is a 3/8. So A1 and an A and a 1, basically. That's what it's saying. Okay, which is weird. Anyway, I don't know, because this fits it, and this is saying that it's a B. So okay, anyway, I need to not have, stop this whole process for that. What I was saying is I don't have a washer for this one, so I'm going to put it on the peg, and then I'm going to make sure that that little divot that comes out on the other side is nestled inside before I rush to squeeze. And then it'll give me a nice, squeeze on that. So now I have my gigantic tag ready for my dangly bit and stuff. So we can make them all be the same, because I don't have a small one. Let's just do that. That's really odd. Now it's bothering me that this doesn't seem like it's right. But this is from the directions. A 3/16 eyelet. Okay. A and 1, A and 2, if it has a washer. So this is B. Oh, okay. This is the A is on the front. Hello. A. So A1 has to be facing down, and then the A has to be facing down, and 1 has to be facing up. If it has a washer, it's supposed to go to 2. Let me see what that looks like. I'm just curious. But you know what? I'll be curious on my own time. Sorry, guys. Shiny, 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 shiny. Yeah, back in the day, we had a friend. Well, I had a friend. We had a friend, so we started hanging out with them. And anything shiny, it was a distraction. She was like up in that. And so you could be talking to her, and then it's like shiny. So because I'm gonna always put them on the right hand for the most part, I'm gonna be making sure that I see the grommet on this side. Now, conversely, if you're putting the grommets in here because you plan to cover the whole thing, that doesn't make sense, because why do the tag? You know what I'm saying? So you could put it the other way around, so that if this does get covered, the side that's not being visible, that is going to have the dangle come out of it, it would have a nicer finish, if that makes sense. Let's do one like that. Okay. So yeah. So I'm going to make sure it's in the hole. Then I'm going to do my pressing. Okay. Gives me a nice round back. So let's see here. This one. So my tags are going to go like this, for the most part. So this one is going to be where the back is. If I cover this over here, it doesn't matter, right? On this one, it doesn't matter, but then I also have this on the rough side. So it's, things to consider as you're doing these processes, right? So let's decorate. Let me grab something to ink this up with. Let me see, I got walnut stain. Let's grab some walnut stain. Okay. Come on. Oh, my inks are all staying nice and snuggled together. So that's the right one, yes. Walnut stain. So I just have one for each one. I know it's maybe some people like that's wasteful. I don't know, but not these handles, because they can be pricey. And the ones that I have gotten off of like other places like Temu or other versions of different shops, they've been okay. The brushes I like, but I don't think I like them for this edging. But I think I need to kind of start figuring that out, because honestly, this thing where it's like fuzzy and it's breaking down so quickly, especially if you're doing a lot of crafting, it's annoying. So I'm gonna, while I'm inking the front, ink the back, because it will be seen, right? And so you definitely want to do that, at least bare minimum, you know. And this is so gigantic enough that a person could actually write themselves a little note on the back of it. And so, you know, again, always thinking about potential places to write. You know, this could be, you know, Gail Gastinelli, of course. I mean, like everybody, right, knows certain YouTubers who are really big. She is always, she was showing off her work, and she does her journals during her retreats and stuff, and then she puts them for sale. She says in her Etsy, but then I think people hit her up beforehand, because I haven't been able to see one in her Etsy, because I really want to see. Like a, I mean, she does a flip through every now and then, but still. This could be a nice tag where you decorate this a little fun, whatever the case is. You put a little dangle, and it goes on the very last page, especially if you're selling your journals, right? If you're giving them away too, you could totally do this. Have this be that special thank you tag that's attached into the journal, right? That has your name on it, and you know, handmade with love, or whatever the case is, however you phrase your stuff. And that could be part of your marketing, if you're doing marketing, like I said. So this could be, I don't want to, I don't, okay, I'm gonna put it like that. So the tag is on the top. Yeah, so you can put, like, you can make it really cutesy, put a little thank you there, turn it over and be like, handmade with love from, and then sign your name. It's just an idea. Because Gail, like, I can talk to her like in her first name. Well, she mentioned that she would love to, you know, she was looking at her stuff and she was showing us items on her video. And then what happened was that she didn't know who something was made by. And she was like, I really wish that, you know, the person would have put their information in there. So that's totally an option. So a decorative one in each signature, just to signify where the signatures are, or a last pager where you actually, you know, sign your information. That's another thing. So I'm kind of like, this is about a half an hour already. I'm kind of feeling like the mask make is kind of over. So, you know, the whole process of how to get yourself a bunch of these, right? And then the options are basically up to you. A huge journal card, and you need to have a pull tab, right? I mean, it's just endless. You could do so many things with this size, and it was relatively easy to make. So let us just I'm trying to find a couple of things. I got some of this paper. I got let's see here. Let's go kooky. I got a bunch of rings from another project. Let's see here. I got, what else do I got up in here? Well, we got the circles somewhere around here. Oh, I got some of these shapes. Let's go a little geometric-y on. If you've been watching my videos, you maybe recognize some of these things, right? So that's that. I don't know if that goes. What's in here? I was trying to clean up and find my floor, so to say. I didn't record anything like this. Oh, we got some cheesecloth in here, so this is part of. Oh, I could take all this out of here. Yeah, I gotta fix this and like kind of put it where it belongs, because this container is not really where it needs to be. Oh, so we got some book page, some music pages, even though it's probably Christmas themed. That's okay, because I use those little there as well. What else? Let's take out the threads and stuff. That goes in a different place for everyday use, because they're not really that. Okay. What else do we have here? Ooh, I got some sparkle. Let's grab some of that. Let's make them a little different. Let's zhuzh them up. Do I have another color? Yes, I do. Got a gold. Okay. Let's just have fun, guys. We're just gonna have some fun. Have some fun. So I think I'm gonna switch out these musics for this. And then what else? What else? Anything? I'm looking just for anything else that I could possibly use, even though it's from a Christmas supplies that I was doing. You know, I mean, I could probably gonna just leave these all in here, honestly, because I need to have a spot where I have all my Christmassy kind of ephemery things. But maybe there's some things that we can pull that might work. Okay, we have a flower here that could be from whatever. Oh, that's this is Valentine stuff here. We've got a little girl. Here are the symbols of my love. She's cute. See, that's not really Valentine-y. I'm sweet on you. That's Valentine. That's just Valentine. We got a bird. What do you got? We got a flag. Something else. Oh, this is like an Easter's. Oh, we also have a Mother's Day stuff in here. Father's Day. Oh, we got a little flower. We got a little chickie. We got another flower. We got what is this? Shamrocks. Okay. All right. Let's just make some random kind of things that they scream something, but not really. Kind of something adjacent. So hopefully you're still here. We're gonna just decorate a couple of these guys up, and so let's go. We know my drill, right? I just kind of grab a bunch of things, and then I decide to start putting things on here. So we're going to use some glitter. I think I want to throw in a piece of this because why not? We're gonna see how we can make it work. We are going to throw in some Coffee Dye book page, not book page, what is this called? Music. We're gonna layer that up in there. This might be a little too wide. Let's take a thinner one. We don't need this one. Let's see here. Let's throw something over here. Let's do that. Let's do green. And where's the orange? And let's take this one off. Grab a pink. Okay, so we took one of each of those. So we have those going on. Let's see, what do we have going on here? What can we put? Let's go basic. Let's do florals. Right, we got a flower there. Do we have another flower? Just a flower? We have this. That way. Okay. Yep, that's it. I already decided it stays there. Let's take a piece of this. Okay. Just gonna rip a section of that. This is the handles off of a paper bag. That. And then that. And let's see over here. Similar in tone, but let's just grab a little bit of this cheesecloth that I coffee dyed, and it feels a little bit all over the place. Okay. All right. Okay, then we're going to take a piece. Well, we'll do this later. Okay. So once I have that done, I'm pretty much ready to just think about sticking it on there. Like I said, I don't fuss too much when I'm trying to layer. So I may start with this guy here, right? And we'll just put it on here. Let's grab the glitter glue. Okay. Trying to take that little pluggy piece out. Let's move you a little bit like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna, probably could have even used some like what's it called? Glue stick. Yeah. So I know I'm gonna incorporate it. I'm gonna make it work. I'm going to make it work. Okay. So we have some of this stripe. I don't want to stick it out like that. That's kind of interesting though. But no. No, we're gonna leave. We're gonna make a cookie. We're gonna make them cookie. I'm good with that. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna put that there. All right, we're going to add some of this. So I don't want to waste it all because I'm not going to see it all. So I'm going to cut and save some of that. Let's add that here. All right, so we have a little fun. Some fun with some sparkle. Okay, we're going to take our music sheet. I think I'm going to put it this way. Looks like it's been, yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's just go that way. And I'll put that there. Let's take that off. It looks a little funky. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. All right, we have our image. Where did I put that? Okay, I'm gonna just hit this with a little bit of whatever's left. This is like I don't think this is oh, it is a sticker. Bonus sticker time. Okay, so let's just hit these all so I can put this thing away, out of my way, out of my way. Okay, and this guy here, gonna hit him. So yeah, those must be from Recollections as well. So they have these ephemera packs now that hashtag not sponsored. And I'm just like yeah, let's see, how do we want to add this in here? So we want to put the florals like this. Okay, so I want to add this one. So this is sticking up a little bit too much. I'm just gonna hold that so that it grabs down. Okay, I think I want to have that circle be up there. So let's add some adhesive. I don't need, when it hits the board, we will just wipe it off. As I drop it on the actual thing. So let's just put this bad boy here. Okay. So I know that I'm losing a little bit of the tack shape. I'm not stressing about that. It's a base for me to work off of, so I kind of don't mind it so much. And we're going to add this for some different texture. So I have a little bit of grungy, a little bit of bling, a little bit of fun and fanciful with the colors of the other pieces of whatever. I'm trying to untwist it a little bit so that I can lay it down. And then we will use the sticker and whatnot to kind of glue it down. Okay, so let's see here. So we do that. I'm going to bring on the wood glue so that I could drip on it from here. Okay, and it will go through. Okay, and then we're going to take this sticker. Okay, so where is it? It's like this. Yes. All right, and so that adhesive there is going to also help to make this be a more viable sticker. I mean, you know, it's gonna stay. Okay, there you go. First one is done. Now that I'm looking at it, this is a little bit too much for me. I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna have to bring out the inker. Oh, where'd it go? So we'll leave it here just in case. So here is our first huge cluster. Where's our fake page paper? So here's our page, and we can just put it on there like that. Oh, that's fun. I think it's fun, right? And then if this is a marketing one, you can be like, you know, please enjoy, you know, made, you know, March 2026. Diddy, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that could be the last one as a marketing thing. They're so cute. Let's make another one. Oh my god, it's only 45 minutes. If you're here still, thank you so much for hanging out. If you are gone, well, you don't know that I'm thanking people. So I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is, right? But if you are new, please consider subscribing. I love to put out content. I love to kind of bring something to the table to kind of challenge people, challenge myself. I try to be as thoughtful in the teaching process as I can be when it comes to trying new things. And so hopefully you're going to be sensing that vibe, you know. But anyway, and again, you see, I don't really worry too much. Again, we're not using the whole thing, so might as well not be wasteful in that way. Okay, let's do the art glitter glue to get that down. I'm not going all the way because I know it's not going to reach all the way. It's going to come off a little bit over there. Okay, so I'm already looking at this and I'm just like, you know what? Let's add some of this. Take off the point because it wasn't my jam the last time. Let's put it here. Okay. Some of you that haven't seen me cluster before are probably like, oh my god, she's just sticking things down. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. I just stick things down. I don't worry too much. It'll all work out in the end. I don't know why I put on a little accent there. Apologize if I offended. It wasn't intentional like that. Okay. There we go. Let's put that down. Okay, with the glitter, I may need to hold it because the glitter is horrible at grabbing stuff. And I think I need a little bit more under here. So I'm going to just use that nozzle, right? And then we have our music paper, which I feel like I need to take off this sharp edge because it's going to be somewhat visible. Okay, and it's already coffee dyed, so it's not major. Okay. Oh, this goes this way. Yeah, I'm good. I am good with that. Let's put glue all the way. And then we're gonna have our sticker. Yay, stickers. But I'm gonna throw some glue on the back. Okay. And now I'm going to position this, you know, and I could kind of see all the elements, which is, you know, I think that to me that kind of makes a good cluster. But again, my opinion, not the word. Okay. Just making sure that the sticker is sticking. All right, and let's do another one. Then we'll look again at all three. So let's see. Let's say yes. Let's take that. Okay. Let's be crafty here. Let's overhang that glitter there. And just to be on the fun, let's use it because I always like a little bit of black in my stuff. Let's put that on. Let's put that over here. So it appears to be a little longer than normal. Okay. Now we're going to add this down, right? So again, just over here, because I know that it's gonna touch. Okay. Okay, wherever it didn't touch, that I didn't put glue, or that it does touch and I didn't get enough glue, put it, and you know, so something like this that's kind of more wrinkled, it's gonna need you to hold it a little bit. I mean, it is art glitter glue, but still, it's gonna be like, hello, we wants to leave. Can we go now? Okay, now we have this picture frame, so I think I'm gonna be a little interesting like this, because why not? Right? And yes, see, like it's different color, it's like too bright for it. You know what, it doesn't bother me, I'm good with it. So I'm gonna do that, set that up. Okay, we're going to do our this thing, cheesecloth. our cheesecloth. Alright, and then I'm going to try to spread it out again a little bit. And then again over here. Okay, so now let's add our little, so again, I'm gonna rip it the other way because I had a lot of white before that I had to cover with the inking, which, you know, it's okay, but wasn't what I was looking for. So, and I forgot to do the edges, but that's okay. So we're gonna put that bad boy there. I think I'm gonna use the wood glue to make it through all the layers. Okay, and then we have this one that's going to go here. So I need to have my little music pop in somewhere. So I think I'm gonna just put it up here so I can see it. So I can see a little bit of it. Okay. Okay, and then we have our sticker. Okay, come on. Of course, the last one you want to give me a hard time. So there we go. We're gonna need some glue there, and we're just gonna put a bunch of glue right there on the sticker to help. Okay. All right, that's not exactly where I was putting it before. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay. All right, so that was so that the mask make wasn't completely decoration free, except that, I don't know. Can you teach someone how to decorate? I don't know. You can show someone your process and maybe it speaks to them, I guess. So I'm just, you know, giving that a minute. I'm going to press it down again. Now, of course, you can see other pieces, but remember, this is going on a page, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to get the trash out the way. I'm going to bring our fake page over here. Okay, so I feel like I need a little bit, so I'm going to adjust my things here. So here's my tab for this one. Okay, where's my, so this is removable, so just when I want to show and things, I don't want things to fall. Put a little tiny thing right there. Okay, here and then here, just so that I can hold it up so you guys can see. So there's one tab. Again, we're just gonna pop that bad boy on there. I'm lining up where the tab begins, right there. And then the last one, I'm going to do the same thing and pop that right there. Okay, so those are, let me go up because now we don't need to be so in the face, right? So those are the 3 tabs, and then I have these things. So maybe I take some of this twine, this green and white twine, take a couple of lengths of that, right? Let's see, where's my scissors? Okay, take a couple of lengths of that. Let's say we push that through the back. Okay. And we pull the threads through, in this case, right? And then I just separate them all. And we have a nice little, okay, the removable tape wasn't, like I said, it's removable. Nice little something something to dangle right there. This has some gold. Do the same thing. Maybe I just take this. I have a hole over here, right? I'm gonna put it through to the front, and then I could just do a simple knot, or I could do even a bow, so that this side feels like a little something something was done to it, right? Simple little add, and you can still see the sparkle on the other side, right? And over here you have a top dangle. You could totally do something else. I don't really have anything else. Let me see, hold up. looking for the ones that I made. Yeah. So I have made these dangles. I mean, this is a little bit extreme, but I made these dangles in another video, right? So I could add a dangle up here using a bulb clip. Okay. All right. That's a bit much, but you know what I'm saying, right? You got a spot for a dangle. You got a spot for some ribbon, or you got a spot for a bow on the other side. Okay. Anyway, that's my mask make for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you consider making these XL jumbo tags. And yeah, have some fun with it. So until the next time, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're new, thank you so much for coming to see me. Please consider subscribing. If you've been here and you are a subscriber that has been coming back over and over again, thank you so much. And anybody who wants to like and comment, that would be awesome. I love to have interaction. Anyway, until next time, ciao ciao, bye.